Hello everyone. Okay, so today we're going to be starting assignment 2, which is available. This file is under assignment 2 on our Blackboard website. This file is invisible. It's just something I want to show you guys. This is the start file, and here is a couple of, or just one for now, helpful families that I believe are already loaded into the start file. So our objective is to start from this and to get to this point. This is just a section of the building. I'll show you the full building in a second, but really we're going to be doing multi-level stairs. So as you can see, as I'm selecting, let me get in there. As I'm selecting the stair, that is a multi-level stair, because this height and this height are identical, and this is also a multi-level stair, because all of the following heights are identical as well. So this is what we're going to be working on today. The full building looks like, one moment. Okay, apparently I'm having a hard time getting the full view here. Well, I'll just do it a different way. I'll grab this, expand it. That's what the full building looks like. Okay, so we don't need this file anymore. Let's close this down. The start file has a grid that's already set up. It has a few families already loaded, and also if we go to 3D, it has a whole bunch of levels already set. So our first thing we're going to do is set up our grid. Now the levels are a bit misleading. It starts at level 0, should really start at level 1, but we're going to assume level 0 is ground floor. We'll just proceed with that. It's kind of like that in Europe. The ground floor is level 0, so we can just pretend we're designing for that. Now, first thing we do is go to structure, column. Now we want a 450 by 450 column, so we know how to do that. We're just going to take this, duplicate it, call it a 450 by 450 millimeter column. Change the dimension here. Hit apply and OK. Now I want to make sure that up here, I don't want to do it column by a column. I'm going to show you a faster way to do this. So first I'm going to say I don't want to go by depth of column, I want to go height. I'm going to tell it I want this column to be from level 0 to level 1. We don't need any offsets, and I'm going to say give me a column at every grid intersection. So click that. Now I'm just going to go like this, and you can kind of see them ghosted in there. I'm going to hit the check mark, and there are my columns. So now I need I'm going to delete the center 4, because I want to put we're going to have a central core of the building in there where we have elevators and stair shafts and other stuff. And I'd like to put a kind of a rectangular room in there, concrete structural room for now, that will house the stairs. So we don't really have a good wall for that, so we're going to have to make our own. I'm just going to grab any wall here and say edit type. I'm going to say duplicate, and this one will be it'll be exit stair wall. Okay, maybe I'll put 1 just in case we need another type later on. We're going to edit this. I'm going to expand this a little bit, and I'm going to delete most of the layers here. I'm going to keep the central one, but I'm going to modify that too. So this one, yes, it will be structure, but we're going to switch it to poured concrete. Let's expand this a little bit so we can see what we're doing. There we go. Cast in place ray concrete. Perfect. Okay, and that's going to be, let's make it 300, because this is going to be structural. Now I'm going to insert another layer. This is not going to be a structural layer, so we're going to bump it up. This one is going to be substrate, and here we want to have 22 millimeters of furring. I'm going to search in here for furring. We got nothing, but if I click this and expand it a bit, I get some furring in here. Now I can expand this more to show you that it is actually metal furring. So I can't see it in here, but if I hit this arrow, it should give it to me. There we go. I'm going to say OK. And this I want 22. And I'd like to have another one of those on the other side here. Let's put that in there, 22. Now a new layer. Let's go down. And this one will be finish. And it's going to be drywall, sometimes referred to as gypsum. Gypsum wallboard, done. 16 millimeter. Let's insert one more of those, bring this guy up, and we'll do the same thing for that. Finish. Gypsum wallboard, done, and done. That's good. What's up? Oh, I need this to be 16. Okay. And our wall is done. So, for now, I'm just going to go up the entire thing. We're going to shrink this down in a second. I'm going to go 3.5 meters across, come down, and come down. So that's my room for now. Now, in here, well, we're going to do a stair, but we're going to copy this first. Are we going to copy it? No, let's put the stair in now. So we're going to start by putting just one stair in for now. So I'm going to click stair. I'm going to leave it as assembled. Assembled stair, level 0 to level 1. Good. But one thing we should notice here, this level is pretty high. This is 8,000 meters up. So this is not going to be just a regular, you know, up one run and then a landing and another run stair. It's going to have 3 runs. So that's what we're going to end up doing here. So let's go stair. And I'm just going to go ahead and start it, oh, let's say 1,300 or so away. And now it says there is 40, okay, hold on. Two risers, 46 remaining, so 48 risers. So I'm going to go 16 risers, click, give it some breathing room, 16 more risers, click. Now I have 16 risers left to go, so I'm just simply going to go back over the first one and continue all the way up till I'm done and click again. And now I want to line this up a little bit. So what first thing I'm going to do is grab the new button and select everything in here. Maybe one more time to make sure I got it all. Okay, grab the corner, line it up with this. Oh, it's not quite what I wanted. Let's try that again. I'd like to get the railing to be flush against the wall. I don't really want the railing to be sticking into the gypsum. I think that might be better. There we go. Okay, now I'm just going to align. So to this railing, I'm going to bring that wall in a bit tighter. Oh, it won't let me do it yet. Okay, so I need to finish the stair. Let's hit the check mark. That's okay. I'm going to grab the align button, and to this, I'm going to align this wall. And to this, I'm going to align that wall. Okay, now I'd like to see this in 3D, but it's going to give me a hard time because it's covered by the wall. So what I'm going to do here is grab a section line, and I'm just going to put it right there. I'm going to flip it over. Maybe I'll pull it a little bit closer to the wall, something like that. And I'm just going to stretch it all the way through. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Let's click it one more time. I'd like to stretch it all the way through the building so that I can see eventually a cut through the whole building. And obviously I'm going to stretch that window out in the depth of it so that we can see everything as well. Maybe I'll switch to consistent color so it's a little bit easier to see. Now I'm going to go to 3D, and I still can't see what I want, but I'm going to right click here, say orient to view, section 1. That's the one we just set up. And so it's going to spin it. Okay. Having a bit of trouble here. There we go. So it spun it so I can see this, but now in this view, if I orbit, I'll see just that section, but in 3D. So here's our stair. It's looking pretty good. Obviously there's no railing on this side because we're cutting it. There is a railing, but we're just cutting through it so you can't see. You go up, you land, you turn around, you go up, and you exit up here. And that's fine. You're not really going to exit through the wall here. I'll show you what we'll do with the floor with that part. So this looks okay to me. I'm going to go ahead and down here, I'm going to put in a door. This is one of the families we have loaded. I'm going to load this door. It's a fire exit door. I'm going to make sure it opens outwards. Okay, so you don't want to have a fire exit door opening inwards. Perfect. So we have that part done. We're not really doing the multi-level stair yet. We still have a bit of work to do. So now I'm going to go to level 2. I'm going to draw a floor. So let's go to, do we have, well, let's see what floors we have. Oh, it's already made. Okay, we wanted a 250mm reinforced concrete floor. I'm going to grab the rectangle, and I'm going to say offset 2000, because I want, this is a bit outside of the private lesson, but well, I'll show you, I'll draw the floor first, and then I'll explain why. So from the center of that grid point, down to the center of this grid point, and I'm going to leave a opening for this wall. Oops. No offset for that one. There we go. And I think we're good to hit the check mark. Pretty good. There we go. Now the reason I did the 2000mm offset is because, let me go to the 3D view. Most of your prime real estate is going to be near the facade, right? Near the edge of the floor plate where your glass wall comes down. And so you don't want to have any of that taken up with columns. So if we offset this by 2 meters, which is easily possible with the structure of a reinforced concrete floor, we can easily cantilever 2 meters. Then I still have some walkable area. I can even have a little bit of a desk space or a functional office that incorporates a column. In other words, I can use the glass glazed area beyond the column for people kind of spaces. As opposed to if I had the glass facade flush with the column, every couple of meters, 8 meters, I've got a bit of dead space. So that's the purpose behind that. Okay, now we've got this. And so what I want to do, one more thing before we start copying stuff. The columns are punching through the floor. So I'm simply going to grab all of the columns, select all instances visible in view, and we're going to have a better way of selecting stuff in a second. And here I'm going to say top offset -250. Fine. Done. Actually, I wonder if I did all of the columns, because some of them were not in the view. It's correct. So let's do something else. I'll show you the new way to select stuff. I'm going to pick everything. Okay? Now I get this filter icon. And here I'm going to say check none. I want to unselect everything. And I only want to select structural columns. Apply. Okay. Now I have only the columns. And here I can redo my top offset. Apply. Problem fixed. Wait a minute. Am I not? One more time. Structural columns, okay. Oh, -250, that's what I want. There we go. This, I think I can make it a little bit smaller now. Here, bigger. Oh, there's a railing, okay. So, now that I have that, I can go to, well, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Let me stretch this back out. Now what I'd like to do is copy this floor plate, but I'm not going to copy the stair, and I'll show you why in a second. So I'm going to grab everything, check none, so I want doors, floors, no railings, structural columns, and walls. I would like all of those things I'm going to click this little copy icon up here, paste, align to selected levels. I'm going to say align it to level 1, because right now we're at level 0. And it did give me the whole other level. The reason you can't see it is because this box needs to be much more stretched out. There we go. So it was less dramatic than I intended, but anyway, there's our whole other level. We didn't have to draw it. It's just given to us by copying. Now the reason I only copied one level up and not all of them is because this level and this level is both 8 meters high. These other ones are a different height, so we're going to need to do a little bit more work to set that up. Okay, let's shrink this down a little bit. Now, if I had simply copied the stair, I would have, okay, come on. I would have a new stair there, but with a multi-level stair, you preserve some options for modifying all the stairs at once. So, for instance, if I copied the stair, and then I wanted to modify it, I'd have to modify the original, and then later the copy. Oh, I need to change this floor plate. Hold on, let me just go to level 1. This guy, edit boundary. And so we need this to go down to here, and this can go to here. Let's see now. That makes more sense. Later on, in a later lesson, we'll add railings, and we need a little bit more here actually. Okay, so edit boundary, and we're going to shrink that a little bit as well, and hit the check mark. And now we can go back to 3D. There we go. So this floor plate now makes sense. Okay, next. So I would have to modify both of these stairs independently. So instead what I'm going to do is click this. I'm going to say multi-level stair. I'm going to click that, and I'm going to just simply click the next level and leave it a check mark. And it copies that stair up. Okay, and actually what I can do here is I can delete this level, and I maybe want to just copy this level again because we corrected that floor plate. Oops, I copied it to the wrong level. That's not what I wanted. Copy, paste to level 2. Okay. And actually, I think I want to make these walls a little bit shorter. So base offset 250. I want it shorter at the bottom, I think. No, I want it shorter at the top, because the floor structurally sits on top of it. Top constraint will be level 2. Top offset will be minus 250. A bit of troubleshooting here. This one will be level 1. Top offset minus 250. Apply. There we go. Okay, a little bit cleaner now. So we have this stair coming up, and now if I, let's say, want to, I can click this stair. Well, I want to maybe just click one of them. I'm going to tab a little bit here. Okay, there. Edit type. I'm going to do something kind of nonsensical, but I just want to basically create a narrower width of the stairs, just to show you how it would propagate. So minimum run width, I'm going to switch it to 500 millimeters. Apply. That didn't quite do what I wanted. Sorry, undo. I'm trying to show you an example of let's try this. Actual run width 500. Apply. It's okay, do it. Okay, it did it. So you can see here, it's a obviously we wouldn't want the stair this narrow, but if I change it here, it changes up here. Undo. Now if I want to change stuff independently and break them apart, I simply unpin. I can tab my way in and unpin, unlink one of them. can modify that one independently. I'm going to undo that as well. So don't really copy any of these things. Now, I'm going to try to copy this level one more time. We're going to set up our next level. Here's the plan. We'll set up this level with columns and a floor plate, and then I'll simply extend this multi-level stair one more level up. But it won't work very well because the height level is different. So the point is to show you that if you're going to do multi-level stairs, which pays off, I would do it only for levels of exact same heights. Don't do it for levels with different heights, because Revit tries to guess ahead what you might want, and it's not quite that good at it yet. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to rotate around here, grab everything on level 2, filter my way into what I want, which is the structural columns, the floors, the walls. That's about it. Apply, okay. Copy, paste, and we're going to align it to level 2. There we go. It didn't quite work the way we wanted because this level is twice as high, so we need to do a bit of modifying here. So I'm just going to select all of these columns. Again, filter for what I want. I just want the columns. Actually, I want the walls too. Let's make them, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, give me just the columns first. I'd like them to be to level 3. Apply. And then I'd like these walls to be to level 3 as well. And I'd like this to be aligned to level 3 also. Now, if I go back to here and I simply extend this stair, connect, disconnect levels, connect levels, and give me another one right here, and hit the check mark, it's going to give me a really odd stair. Now I can, as I mentioned before, I can sort of tab my way into it, hit edit stairs, and in level 3 or level 2, I can kind of start to modify it by adding more stairs down here and trying to, anyway, I can play around with it. I'm going to cancel out of this. But the point is that it doesn't work very well. So I'm going to actually undo this entire thing, hit the check mark. Oops, maybe one more undo. There we go. And I'm just going to set up another stair. So I'm going to go to level 2. Okay, this is the stair below. That's fine. I'm going to go to, actually let me just make sure. Is that level 2? Yes. Level 2, stair. We're going to keep the same settings. This one goes from level 2 to level 3, so it's going to start here, just like before. Start here, but it needs far fewer risers, as you can see. We only need 8 more. So I'm going to hit that, hit the check mark. Let's see that. That looks pretty good. We need to modify our floor a little bit, but otherwise we're in good shape. So let's go to this view, consistent colors, edit our boundary. Okay, so we want an opening. As this comes up, we need this, oops, leave that where it is. This has to be up to the wall because the landing is much higher. The floor to, the landing relative to the floor has less space to it. I'm going to pull that out. And I think I can probably go down to, where is it, the 8th riser? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's try that one. Hit the check mark. Don't attach. And let's see where we're at. I modified the wrong floor. Lovely. Sorry, just undoing my way back to where I started. I should have done this on level 3. Alright. Sorry guys, one more try here. Edit boundary. Where are we? Okay. This comes up to here. This comes over to here. This one will come to here. Check mark. Don't attach. Let's see it. Now that looks better. If I wanted to, I could pull this back a little bit more on one side. The boundary, I could do something like this, and why not? We can. This is totally there's a couple of different correct ways to do this, so as long as you can establish enough headroom going up the stair to make it through, and you have enough room to get to the door and wall that will be on the other side, it's all good. So we have this done. Now let's oh boy, I forgot to, yeah, when I was copying in this view I didn't copy the other columns. That's okay. I'm going to quickly do that right now. I'm going to grab these guys, copy, paste, align to selected levels, level 2. Lovely. Keep making mistakes here. Sorry, guys. Okay, one more try. Copy, paste, align to selected levels, level 3. Looks like it gave me, no it didn't give me the right end. I'd like these to be base level, level 3, base offset 0, no, base level, level 2, base offset 0, apply. That looks better. Okay. Now, I need to copy this, but I'm going to reduce my floor plate a little bit. We're going to mimic some step backs in our design here. So first what I'm going to do is copy, well, filter, uncheck all. I'd like the structural columns, and I'd like the walls. I'd like the floors, and give me the door too, sure. Apply, okay. Copy, and align to selected levels. I think now we are aligning to 1, 2, 3. I may regret this. Let's try 3. Good. Okay. Perfect. So now I'm going to go to level 4 and modify the floor plate, because I'd like the floor plate to be a bit smaller. Edit boundary. I am going to pull it. In fact, I'm going to delete this. I'm going to keep the stair opening and take a rectangle, offset 2000. And I'm going to go from here to here. So we're kind of pulling back one structural bay on 3 sides. The check mark, attach. Let's see what we got. That looks pretty good. That's what I wanted. Now I can just kind of delete these extra columns. Okay, now we're ready to kind of take this the rest of the way. We have our stair set up. I'm going to copy this floor plate and these walls and everything else all the way up the rest of the way. So we are currently aligned to level 4. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to grab all of this, filter, doors, floors, structural columns, walls, copy, paste, align to selected levels, and I'm going to pick all of these, I think. Like that. Okay. Perfect. That's what I wanted. Let me see if I can do, so it gives me the section I want. No, I don't think it's doing it. Oh, it is. So I just need to stretch this out a little bit. Stretch it sideways a bit. Now I can orbit around to get what I want. And here, we're going to use our new trick. We're going to grab our stair. We're going to say select levels. And I'm simply going to select all of the rest of the levels. I don't think I need that last one. I'm going to pick the rest of them. Maybe I do. No, I'd like all of them. Check mark. and it gives me right up to level 8. Now I kind of went too far in level 8. We don't need that. Actually, yeah, let's delete level 8. And we're just going to leave that as a rooftop. We'll modify that later into a rooftop. And we can delete the columns up top as well. And that's it. So you can see we have a nice multi-level stair there. Too far. A little bit, no, less. Okay. Sure. That's a bit strange. I'm not sure why. Oh, we didn't copy this wall up because I was doing it in the section view. So I forgot to select this wall. So I'm just simply going to go copy, paste, align to selected level. I'm going to align to level 2. I'm going to shorten it. Okay, give it a -250 offset. Copy it again, paste, align to selected level. Now I'm just going to go all the way. Okay, come on, all the way up. There, and I think I did one too many. No, I didn't. Perfect. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I can pull this in a little bit more, I guess. Like to see the stairs, whatever. We only see some of them, but you can see that we have this stair, multi-level stair, copied all the way up now. And that was the point of the exercise. So I'm just going to adjust this one last time so we can see more of it. I'll find a better way to get the section view we always want without having to manually manipulate it. Okay, and that's it. So that's how you get to the end point of the last lesson. Thank you.